This is so sad. Look at that. So thirsty. I feel like I killed this plant right off. So maybe I'm just gonna place something in here that will hold to stand them like this. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's me again, Abel. How are you doing? So in this video, I'm going to do some repotting with the plants that I propagated from perlite. And you guys have seen a lot of roots from doing the perlite propagation, so I decided to repot them today. And I have here my favorite growing medium, which is the coco coir, and I mixed a lot of perlite on, because for me perlite is life for my plants. I don't know if you guys can see this. I have a pile in here in a basin, so I've already, pre-soaked it with water together with the perlite. For your information, whenever you mix a perlite into any different kind of growing medium that you want to use, just make sure to use mask or anything that will block the nuisance dust going through your nose, because it can irritate your lungs, and that's the cause of coughing, which that's how I notice whenever I prepare my perlite. So just be careful, because it can irritate your lungs, like I said, and it will makes you cough. So I have here a bunch of plants that I will be repotting. Mostly it's anthurium, and I believe 2 of the philodendron. So let me put this aside. I'm just gonna put this here as well because I'm making a mess. So for the pots that I will be using, I'm going to use the 5 inches and 3 inches of this little cup here. I believe this is an orchid pot, preferably for orchids, because it has a lot of holes in it, which is good for growing your orchids. So I'll be using this one, 3 inches, and I don't know which one is this. Yeah, this one is the 3 inches, and I believe this is the 5, but I'm not sure what it is, maybe 4. And of course, before digging in, I have to use my gloves because I don't want to make any mess on my nails. It's your choice, guys. You don't have to copy me. Some people prefer to use it bare hands, but for me, I have a little one at home, so I have to make sure that I'm being safe, especially we have the pandemic that's going on in the world. So anyhow, let's start with this plant. So this is my little guy. Oopsie. This is the Circessus mirabilis, or mirabilis. I'm not sure if I'm saying it correctly. And I actually bought this one from Indonesia. But you guys, it came in like a small trunk of a stem, but these are the only roots that it came. I don't know if you can see that. I am too far from the camera. And it's been almost a month now. I decided to place this one in perlite, and it rooted a little bit. So now I will be placing it or transitioning it in the coco coir with perlite. I'm gonna place all of these plants in a rehab afterwards, because I don't want to place them right in indirect sunlight, because I don't know what's gonna happen. They don't have a good source of roots yet, so I want to make them multiply before placing it anywhere here by my big window. I'm gonna use this one. That's good enough. So like I said, guys, I'm using tons of perlite, so I'm just gonna place a little bit in here, make sure it holds, and then there we go. The reason why I'm using coco coir is because it's really light, and I don't have to worry about, whenever I'm watering it, it's not scattering all over in the sink. And it helps because you don't have to water it often. But for this pot, I'm sure you will be watering it at least twice a week because it has a lot of holes on. Especially with this kind of weather, it'll dry up right away. And coco coir is pretty good with this growing season, which will give your plant to root more. It looks so dehydrated, but don't worry about that. I will be showing you the result in the next couple of weeks, I guess. So hopefully, or maybe I can put some stand. I can put some stand in here so it's not drooping like this. So again, this is my Cercestis mirabilis. I have this plant before. If you guys are following me on my Instagram, I've had a beautiful leaf and it's pretty huge, but then unfortunately most of my rare plants died because of the thrips. I wasn't able to revive them. Thrips are like a sucker, like I don't know, but I'm glad and I'm very happy now. I don't have that pest anymore. Hopefully, I'm knocking on the wood. If you guys have that insect in your plants, that's a very, very, you know, stressful, depressing, and level of frustration will be on the top because you don't know how to kill that. But they said pest is good in your plants. So I don't know what to say about that. Hey guys, this is my little anthurium. You guys can tell, I don't know if you can see it closely, but I have a good result of roots from using the perlite propagation method. I got one over here and here, so I'm gonna place it in this 3 inches pot. There we go. Look at that. It's so cute, isn't it? This is my anthurium. Let me see. Oh, I think I knew what it is because of the sinus. I don't know if you guys can tell. If you, again, follow me on my Instagram, I posted a difference, not difference, but a hybrid of the anthurium forgetii in the one that has a slit in the sinus, but it's not a slit because it connected together. So let's see. This one came from Equagenera or Equagenera, and it has a long stem on. I don't want to cut it because I don't want to, you know, get this plant stressed, so I just left it like this. And I don't know, when I brought this home, because again the thrips, it kills all the leaves in, I decided to take it away from the soil or the coco coir and then place it in the water. And then when I started using the perlite, and that's where I put it on, and you guys can tell the roots are growing. So I am transitioning this one in the coco coir as well. So again, this is the round form and this is the hybrid one. So since I have this one, let's just repot it. And you know, I noticed to some of my plants, they love to have it moisten every time. Like they grow pretty much well in a moist and good humidity. I don't have a good humidity in here in this house. I'm only using the IKEA cabinet, but it's not that good. And you guys can see, oh no, you can't see it. Yeah, well, you can see it behind me. I placed that in a big container box and it shoot right away this leaf over here. Anthurium love high humidity, and if you are placing them in a pot, make sure to have it moisten often, but not too much because you don't want to have your plant to get root rot. Oh, here you go. This is my Anthurium forgetii. So again, this is my, so mushy, so I'm so scared. So this is my, you guys can tell I don't have a good source of stem for this plant. I think this is my Anthurium Ace of Spade, and you guys, it's growing pretty well in perlite. I'm kind of scared to transition it in coco coir, but I have to. I have roots in here that's covered with perlite, and like I have 3 tiny leaves which is growing well. So I just hope it will, you know, give me justice in a couple of weeks. You guys don't need to put your plants in a big pot if, you know, if it's not needed. Some philodendron and anthuriums love to grow in a small pot. That's how I notice for my plants. Don't judge me, you know. Being so talkative. Has to. I'm covering all the roots just to not get dried. Don't worry guys, I'm gonna be updating you with these plants probably in the next couple of weeks, like what I did for my Rhaphidophora tetrasperma. I feel like from all of my plants, that plant is the most robust plant among all of my plants, because it didn't give me any problem, just the discoloration from using the coco coir. I forgot to tell you, whenever you use a coco coir, make sure to supplement your plants, to use nutrients. And I'm using the Gringo Rasta, which is pretty good for the coco coir. And that's what I also use for the Rhaphidophora tetrasperma that I have. And like I've never seen anyone that has tetrasperma that the nodes are growing like crazy. So after using the Gringo Rasta fertilizer, it shot out a lot of growth from the nodes. And if you guys want to see that, you can watch the video I posted here. Again, this is my Ace of Spade. And this little guy over here, I also got this one from Aquagenera or Aquagenera. This is my Anthurium triphyllum. Again, like pretty much all of the plants that are here, it's because of the thrips. So I'm still hoping and praying at the same time that they will grow. Especially it's a growing season. I'm crossing my fingers for that. Maybe I'm gonna use this big pot over here, but it looks like it's too much for this tiny stem, but it's okay. I need to have it rooted more. These two are Anthuriums, and I got it from Aquagenera on early this year. I believe it's February. And this one here is the Anthurium corrugatum, and this one here I'm not quite sure what's the name. I'm stupid me, I actually thrown all the labels because I'm so excited to rebut them right away. What I noticed, they are pretty hard to, you know, to grow, because I don't know, they love to be in a good humidity, like high humidity, and in a cold weather. I'm kind of confused because when I placed this one in this sphagnum moss, it grew. The leaf that it came in, it died right away. So I don't know why. That's why I removed it from the sphagnum moss and then placed it in the water. But it didn't give me any roots at all. I don't know why. So for this one here, I cut all the root rods and it leaves me with this, but I have a little like tiny root that is coming out. So, and like I said, I will be placing them in a rehab, which will produce a good humidity inside. And I'm hoping that it will give me a good result afterwards. For some of the roots in here, it's a little mushy. I don't want to keep it here because it will tend to get root rot on. Let's put this one over here for now. You better survive, you know, because you are pretty and I don't want to lose you. When I started like 2 years ago, I was so nice buying in Indonesia right away, and they accepted my order even without the import permit, and all the plants, it came busted, like didn't really survive. So I wasted my money for nothing, because you know the seller probably don't have that good knowledge when it comes to packaging your plants. Pretty much place it inside the newspaper, and I ordered that winter time, so tendency we're gonna die because of the cold weather here. I hope this is good enough. It has a good moist in it. So this pot here, as what I've, you know, as what I used from all of the plants behind me. I got it from IKEA. It doesn't come with a hole on, so you have to drill it yourself. If you don't know how to do it, if you know someone who can, then might as well just do it. It's not even perfect when I did it because it's my first time drilling a pot. Anyway, it worked. So I'll be placing this one over here. Some people used to put a net or something that will, you know, something that will support the soil or whatever medium you are using, so it's whenever you water it, it's not washing out all through. But I noticed for this coco coir, they'll stay and they will, it looks like it's like a glue. They'll stick together. So ta-da! Put it in here. Let's put it aside. Last but not least, I don't have a pot, a good pot for, maybe I'll just use this one. Let me put this one. I feel like the water is dripping out. So like I said, I chopped this one from the big plant, the mother plant, because I noticed discoloration on the leaves. And after that, I placed this one May 1st in the perlite, and you guys can tell I have a good not long enough, but 2 inches and some tiny roots beside. So I'm gonna be placing that one over here. You see. So this one as well, you guys can tell. Let me place this one here. And some crazy roots in here. I feel like this tetrasperma really love to be placed in perlite because the roots are... So let me just form it nicely so they're not tangled to each other. I need to cover the root on top because if you don't cover it, it will dry up and it will turn black. Okay, guess that's good enough. And then if, you know, I'm just gonna put support, but I don't have time to go to the store. Okay, so this is my Rafidofra tetrasperma that I took it off from the mother plant and I placed it in a perlite for propagation. But now it is blooming pretty well with their roots. So also you guys can tell I have a little I have a tiny growth here that is coming out from the node. So let me just place it here, and I'll just clean it up later on. If you are struggling with your plants, any type of plants, and if you want to propagate it, I highly suggest to try the perlite propagation because it's really good. It will give you a result like probably in a week or so, and it's pretty fast, so you don't have to worry about root rot compared to water propagation. And some people have a good success with sphagnum moss as well. I did myself, but then I stopped, and then I decided to transition it into different propagation methods, which is this perlite and in the water. This is so sad. Look at that. So thirsty. I feel like I killed this plant right off. So maybe I'm just gonna place something in here that will hold to stand them like this. Voila! Thank you guys again for watching and listening to my nonsense story. Please don't forget to follow me on my Instagram, Adele's Plant, and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you soon on my next video. Bye!